Hey everyone. Sorry about that. Me and Alex were going as we went on live. Alex got an alert, and he was explaining to me the difference between the different alerts that were going on. This is basically is a daily alert that they get when a bomber goes in the air anywhere in Ukraine. All of Ukraine gets some sort of an alert that they're, and then if there's specific shihads, they go into the region. So right now it's just a general alert that went on. Right, Alex?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway, welcome everyone. I hope you had a quiet and had a peaceful weekend. People in Ukraine did not. There's a lot that is going on behind the scenes. If you guys have been reading, obviously, especially what's going on here in the United States right now, as we're speaking right now, there's a lot of breaking news happening right now. There are Texas gerrymandering or the redistricting or whatever you want to call it, as I've been writing about Republicans, and this is all part of Trump, Stephen Miller's Project 2025, trying to take away our election votes, our rights, and using every possible way. And this is one of them. Right now they're going to try to redistrict and gerrymander and try to get as many another 5, 6 seats for the Republicans. And Democrats have stood up and have left the state. They are now currently located in Chicago, and my son was just reporting on it actually. That while they're in Chicago right now, I'm watching that the governor Abbott of Texas and the Attorney General are saying that if they do not return in 2 hours, which that's impossible, they're not going to be back there. They're in Chicago. That if they're not at roll call in 2 hours, that they're going to call for their arrest and dispelment. So we have a constant constitutional crisis and craziness going on here in the United States, and simultaneously it's going on all over the world. This weekend I wrote, if you guys read my the Substack that I wrote to you, first of all, Donald Trump already doesn't know what to do to distract from this Epstein thing, and he has got into a pissing match now with Medvedev, somebody that's really irrelevant. It's like if it's the same thing as if Vladimir Putin got into a pissing match right now with Alex, like Roger Stone or Alex, what's his name? Charlie Kirk or one of, or Laura Loomer. This is who Medvedev is. Yes, is a lot of his propaganda being, passed through the Kremlin 100%. But that doesn't mean, all of a sudden. But anyway, if you read, Trump all of a sudden decided to flex his muscles and deploy 2 nuclear submarines into the Russian region. Again, I told you, please don't take this as serious. It is serious because anytime you're mentioning nukes, and that's why Putin's response was very serious to Trump, because anytime you play with nukes, anytime you take that chance and even, use that, anything could go wrong. And that's why this is extremely stupid, extremely dangerous, and extremely, idiotic from a world leader, especially from the United States. But that's what Donald Trump is doing, and that's why I put out yesterday breaking news today. The news is confirming it. Witkoff is on his way to Moscow, and he has been summoned by Putin because to tone down this. Yes, they need to keep the rhetoric going, but this nukes business, the submarines, to change that very quickly. Other things over the weekend that we discussed is obviously there was a DHS memo leaked that showed the blueprint exactly of how Trump and is planning on using ICE in the United States. Also wrote about the influence about follow the money, folks, because it's all about the money, which leads into one of the things I wrote earlier today. If you didn't get a chance to read about it, it's basically we exposed what Trump used Ukraine as. If you remember when he came out and said he went from 50 days to 10 days, I told you right away, Alex told you right away that there's something behind it. We told you we'll get to the bottom of it. The media basically came out and said, I still can't believe they said it, but they came out and said it was Melania. That Melania all of a sudden started talking to him about Ukraine, and all of a sudden Donald Trump had a change of heart and decided, okay, all of a sudden he's going to go and from 50 days to 10 days, and he's going to go, give Ukraine weapons and all of these things happening. In the meantime, there's no flow of weapons going out to Ukraine. You don't see no breaking news where Ukraine's getting all these weapons. Instead, on the contrary, you're seeing blockades, you're seeing delays, you're seeing some go through, you're seeing deals being changed. It's all about now the Europeans have to do. The Europeans are now upset because of certain things Zelensky did, which we could talk about later as far as, inside country. So it all becomes political. And at the end of the day, Ukraine is not getting the promises, the press releases that Trump got all those weapons like he said he's going to give them. And the Putin's continuously bombing Ukraine, which Alex is going to give us a rundown of what's been going on because the past 3-4 days, completely you hear nothing, zilch. And today I wrote about basically about the cover up and what Donald Trump really did that for. It was because of his negotiating that he's doing behind the scenes. He's having a lot of problems with China and India in his tariff negotiation that he's having here in the United States. And on August 12th, he has some deadlines coming up with China. And these negotiations, my source are telling me, are some of the hardest negotiations that they're having between any of the countries is with China. And India, they're basically at a standstill, a stall with negotiations as far as the tariffs goes. So, and because those two countries are also the major two countries that are right now buying Russian oil, so Trump didn't have a change of heart. Trump didn't listen to Melania. Trump basically used Ukraine again as a tool, a ploy to be able to go out there and use to negotiate his tariff war with China and his tariff war with India. And a lot of it is coming out now and being validated by a lot of the different journalists. So that's a quick little wrap up, giving you the past 3-4 days from here, the United States point of view. Alex, give us what's going on. First of all, I want to before we go, thank everyone extremely again. I can't keep thanking you enough for all the help you guys did with the Kharkiv fundraiser. The pictures and the videos keep coming in from people that have received it, and a little on the good side that Alex keeps putting them on. Incredible. Really, really want to thank each and every one of you for all your help and all your support for Ukraine. With that, Alex, how was your weekend? Give us an update. What's going on?
Well, first of all, hello everybody. God bless everybody. I want to thank everybody. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm very grateful. Literally, I'm very grateful for all the subscribers, everybody that donated, everybody that made this possible. As I said in my post, I can show you the pictures, I can show you the places, but unfortunately, I cannot share the gratitude I got from people, the feelings I got from people, all that energy. So I can only say thank you because it was there and it's still there, and I'm getting calls every day about it. So God bless everybody. Thank you so much. And oh yeah, as Lev said, we'll try to do some distributions this week, maybe the hospitals where the soldiers get healed up and recover. So we'll see what happens. But nevertheless,
Let me just give everybody an update because some more good news. So yeah, so guys, just so you know, I don't think we told you this or updated you, but originally we were raising 28,000, but because of your incredible generosity, we were able to raise 30,000, and because of that, Alex was able to purchase some more of those sanitary aid packages, and he is going to also be able to distribute those in around the Kiev area and around some of the hard hits. So it's even better. So he's getting those packages and he's going to be distributing them. So you guys have gone way and beyond, and God bless you and thank you. So Alex is getting those packages as soon as they come in. He's going to be distributing a lot of the stuff. So there's you guys rock. You're amazing. Thank you. Go ahead, Alex. I just wanted to let them know where it came from. Go ahead.
Anyway, thank you again. Uh, I'm just gonna continue with what you went from. It was every time Kiev gets bombed, especially the last time, there was so much noise made. So they changed the strategy a little bit. Right after the last bombing of Kiev, the new submarine stuff comes up. Then after submarines, there was a response from Putin. And let me tell you something. I watched his press conferences with China Olympics when they went to Georgia. I know this guy's style. This is not the guy, but that's not important. But nevertheless, what they did.
By the way, what Alex is saying very important. I just that right now there's a lot of conversation that a lot of the what you're seeing Putin, these are body doubles, and we're not going to talk about this now, but just put that in the back of your
That's the
mind right now that a lot of the places that you're seeing Putin are body doubles. These are not real Putin that are going to some of these places, and we'll talk about that later. Go ahead, Alex.
Anyway, so what they did is from that day on, over the whole weekend, they switched to Donetsk area, Kherson area, because those are the areas they're always fighting there, they're always occupied. So it doesn't draw as much of attention, but at the same time, those are the areas where they're going on offensive. So they're like double there, like over the weekend. Over the weekend, they hit the Sloviansk. Islamic is a small town. He has nothing military in there. I deliver aid in there almost once a week, so I know the town. And they hit the town with the drones, and they hit the landmarks, like all the civilian stuff. There are about 5 casualties, and they are still cleaning up the rubble. At the same time, they hit also Druskivka. Druskivka, that's like I used to deliver there all the time. Also deliver aid there. It's almost no town. It's like it's just on the way. So he got hit hard also, and there is also casualties there. Then Kherson. Kherson is it's like a sort of a little bit like right side of the river, left side of the river, like a Manhattan. Like if you were to prepare the bridges to the city, the city is stuck, so to speak. I'm talking about New York. So what they did is they start in the beginning of the week and bombing the bridge, and they've been bombing it. So basically, they cut off the supplies and everything to the people on the other side from the main city, and it's been going on every single day. At the same time, uh, Kramatorsk is a big city where they make the train stuff like that. So Kramatorsk got hit right in the center of the city. The 11 people got injured. Summer is, and also they still clearing the debris. So all the assaults that were going on every night, the different city in Donetsk area. So if anything, then the attacks have increased. Hearing reports that they are all the drone system, the reps, they getting better. As of course, this has been going on 3.5 years of war coming up. So even though they made a lot of dumb mistakes, sooner or later, even a monkey it gets to dance. So they're getting better with some of the tactics, and of course, they're noticing some women on the Pokrovsk. There are women instead of men with soldiers. So they mobilizing the women already. So I guess they're running out of men. So this is basically what's going on in Ukraine. There is a lot of things got with Nabu. The parliament was called back. They changed the law. Everybody's happy. So hopefully everything will get back.
Well, let's take that for a second now, but with that situation back when you say they changed the law back to the way it was from whereas because they changed the law originally, and then they had the euro basically was very pissed off, and now they changed it back. Is that or no?
It's not much of the Europe because Europe was pissed off before they even passed it. So it's not much of the Europe. It's just that the uh,
What is the rule right now? Where did they end off right now? What is the where did they finally go?
well, what of the Nabu is independent. It doesn't have to report to anybody, and if
The
even if
way it was.
yes, even if they find somebody who's all the way on top, they can prosecute him and take him down.
Okay, so let me tell everybody quickly some of the things internally that was going on also in Ukraine. So, NABU is an organization that was put in place in 2014 after the Maidan Revolution when Poroshenko came into place. It was part of the United States coalition with Europe and also Ukraine, and to put an anti-corruption organization that was stood on its own and it was able to go after everybody, including the president, basically corruption. That's NABU. That's the organization. If you guys, for you to remember, it is the one that came out with the Black Ledger, the Black Book about Paul Manafort taking money and bribes and stuff like that. That was the organization NABU that was put together. So basically, that last week, I guess it was, Zelensky, and I don't know why. I'd like to hear from you what is the perspective of it, Alex. But hold on a second. But let me give
But
everybody a background. But Zelensky held a vote to take away Nabu's independence and basically have a report to the Attorney General of Ukraine. And once he got that passed, there was a lot of backlash from it from European nations because it basically took away the independency of Nabu. And I was also trying to find out why that was happening, but it went back and forth really quickly. So now Alex is saying it was reversed, and now it's back to where the agency is independent again, and it's able to now prosecute anybody, including Zelensky himself, or investigate. So go ahead, Alex. Why did Zelensky? What happened? Why did they try to change that?
well, there is a room, not rumor, but it's also affects some of it. That over the years, Russians have placed a lot of their own personality, and that there was a lot of Russian narrative that was pushed. And even though when law was changed, a lot of people said, "Well, it's about time. It should have been done a long time ago." But at the same time, even though right now that they pushed away the Russian narrative, even if there was one in there, but at the same time, he gave government carte blanche because now government can pick and choose who to prosecute, who's not, because it goes through a prosecutor. So that's like people that now go for that. And what changed it is people all over Ukraine, and not just some old people, but a lot of youngsters came out, and they were coming out every night. And not only that, there was I mean, it's not like I'm giving you from the back channels. It was all over the place. That Europe was threatening to cut some of the finances, and don't forget, 70% of budget survival comes from Ukrainian partners, partners that go out every day in front of the people in Europe and tell them you need to help Ukraine and this and this, and so people are okay with it. So for them, if Ukraine passes law like this, they look foolish in front of their own people. So because you give money to the country that doesn't want to deal with the with all the proper laws. So it was quickly reversed, and it was very respectful. Zelensky came out on the second day, and he says, "People came out, we heard you. We'll do everything to make it all right." And they made it right because right after they passed the law, the Rada went on vacation, so they called him back, and on 31st it was the vote, and they put everything back in place. I don't know what kind of damage it did, Um because, but I believe as long as it got in place, there is not that much talk about it, as somebody like from Europe coming out and blaming or anything.
But let me ask you this question: did they go? So let me understand. So for the viewers, basically, the reason Zelensky was trying to have them responsible is because over the years there was a Russian narrative and Russian influence that infiltrated Nabu. That is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now that they took it back, were there people that were did they scrub it? Did they get rid of people? Did they put
Yeah,
different? Did
they
certain
are.
people get arrested? Like, I mean, was there did something happen, or was it just a vote?
Well, after the vote, couple of people already under the indictment, and there were a couple of arrests. Whether they are connected to Russian or not, but they were, and those are not. Those are like some mayors and some high position people. Let me make something clear. Maybe it's relevant, maybe it's not. I've been in this country for almost 18 years, and I watched the election. I met with some of the Quartal crew where Zelensky come from. I researched a lot about him, about his parents, about everything else. And I remember when he won the election, I think you and I talked about that. He had the biggest
We
problem.
were there. I was there in Ukraine.
I know,
We
but I'm
were we
saying
were we
afterwards,
were.
afterwards, the biggest problem that he had to prove his parents that it wasn't bought, that it was real, because he comes from such a straightforward family. And uh, for him, it's not about money. And I would be shocked. Nothing else would shock me more if all this corruption, Zelensky has something to do with it, because I believe this guy is Ukraine from head to toe. I mean, he hates this war. He hates Russian. He wants nothing for Ukraine to win, and he's been demonstrating that from day one. Now, whether the people under his watch doing a lot of stuff, because as you know, the captain of the ship is always responsible for the people under his command. So that's not for me to decide. But my true belief, I believe Zelensky is an honest guy and he's doing the right thing. And I pray that I will never be proven wrong.
No, I agree with you. Just from what I know and from my sources, I agree with you 100% that Zelensky himself, first of all, he's wealthy himself. A lot of people don't know that before Zelensky came into power, he's a very wealthy individual. He has a very big company that's continued to grow and make money, television, videos, and royalties. And he's not one that came into office like others do in
Make
there to
money.
make money. No, he came in with a principle, and his principle was a democratic principle to take the Ukraine as a hardcore over to the European side. So I agree with you 100%. I don't think Zelensky's there trying to steal millions of dollars. He doesn't need it. I mean,
I'll add
I
some.
hope. I
I'll
mean,
add,
we could. Huh?
I'll add something more to it. Before the war started, I mean, before he became a president, they used to on Quartal. It's a show, Quartal show.
Yeah.
That was his platform. I promoted on Quartal. They used to make a lot of jokes about Russians. The rumor has it he was offered 100 million to drop it. He never did.
Yeah. No, he's a very
And
wealthy guy.
and when he came in the office, and I mean that rumor was for sure. That his statement was, "I'm coming in for one term to clean this country, and then I'm going back to the show business." That was his plan. That was originally his plan, and I guess God has different plans for all of us.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Alex, and I would be, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope me and you are not proven wrong. I hope from that he is the way I know him, the way you know him, the way our from what we know about him. But again, with that said, I want to make it very clear that that doesn't mean that everybody around him is straight and forward. Doesn't mean that there's not people in around the administration that might not be stealing money or might not be working for the Russians or not might not be. I mean, that's what war is all about. That's that's what goes on and that's what happened. And that's what, unfortunately, the Russian disinformation campaigns and the mega right movements use that type of stuff and try to magnify it and push it like it's Zelensky doing something. Like even with this vote, just
Of course.
if for instance, if you did not know and you didn't hear what Alex explained to you, most people out there right now, and I especially brought it out in this way because majority of through social media think that Zelensky wanted to do away with an independent agency that the United States and Europe was all implemented and put in there that oversaw his powers. And that's the way it was painted out to you. But that wasn't really the case. And that's why you saw right away. Because if that was the case, folks, he would do it. I mean, why would he wouldn't put it back? But you saw even he came out 2 days later, like Alex said. He said, if the people don't want it, we'll put it back. He made certain arrests. There were certain people that were arrested, indicted, prosecuted, and the cases open, investigations opened up. Part of the reasons why he did that, I think it's an extremely important reason, and I believe that is the case. That because I think Russia infiltrated lots of parts of Ukraine. Because what most people don't understand that uh, right before the war started, Russia and Ukraine was the same. I mean, the borders were wide open. You could have crossed back and forth with no
Money was
headache. You could
back and
walk,
forth.
you could fly, you could back and forth. You had, brother living on one side, sister living, parents, uncles. I mean, it was all one. It was just a terminology. But so there was businesses. Most people had lived in Ukraine, had businesses in Russia, and vice versa. Russians had businesses in Ukraine, and the politics, and that is why you had that invasion. Why happened? Because part of that during that whole movement, Putin, while the Ukrainians were trying to move towards Europe and towards democracy, Russia was infiltrating, and instead of the war was always on, but before it was a war of a different type of war where Russia had their own movement going on, their political arm. What was it called, Alex? What was it? The Russian political arm.
Oh, you mean the Donetsk, the LNR, DNR? That
Yeah, right. So
Ultra.
right. So they had their own arm, and you know what I'm saying to you, they politically tried to push that, and they infiltrated every part of it, from Nabu to Shmabu. And you had Ukrainian, because you also have Ukrainians that are for Russia. I mean, because they
A lot.
even though they are born in Ukraine, just like take a look at, for instance, myself. I was born in 1972 in Odessa, Ukraine, but that back then it was the Soviet Union. So it wasn't really Ukraine; it was the Soviet Union. It's Ukraine now. It was Odessa. So a lot of people from that era relate differently depending how they want to. Some of the my friends that were born with me at the same place, same time, consider themselves Russian. Some of us, I consider myself Ukrainian. Some consider themselves Russian because it was still the Soviet Union. So what I'm saying to you is, it was that such a close line that there's a lot of people that are in Ukraine, and that is why you have such a big problem and disinformation, and while the war is going on, because you don't know, until you find out that that person either is a spy or a turncoat or doing something. Until then, you end up trusting him.
Not only that, I'm gonna bring us back a little bit uh, about the infiltration. Why it's all infiltrated. The reason why they were so. You remember in 2022 when they attacked Ukraine, every tank, every car that they had a parade clothes. It was all in parade clothes because they thought the Ukraine was waiting for them. But because in 2014, I was delivering aid with some of the guys that lived there when it happened. Overnight, Lugansk was taken without a shot.
Yep.
People were bought, and they just changed overnight. In Donetsk, because of the airport, there was a lot of fighting.
Yeah, I
The
remember.
some brigades were fighting. Lugansk without a shot.
Crimea without a shot. Crimea
In
without a
Crimea
shot.
without a shot. And the thing is, and they got away with it. Obama administration let them get away with it. They got away with it, and then towards 2022, they bought so many people. They spent so much money to be ready to take the whole Ukraine. But like you said, they had two arms. One arm was strong, and which is the one where they occupy the areas. The other arm was all corrupted. And instead of spending money in Ukraine, they pocketed all the money. That's why when Russian tanks came to the other arm, they got lost. They didn't know where to they didn't know where to drive. They were waiting for the guide, and there was no guide. And so there was a lot of hell to pay for on their side for that. But that was the luck, our luck. That they greed, their corruption, it gave us a chance to get up and punch back. So this is a little story why it was always because they always bought everything with money, and they still doing it. They still on the messengers. They offer kids, adolescents, offer them $500 to blow up, to burn a car, or blow up a car, or do something, and the kids go for it, but never give them the money. But that's a list because there is, like you said, there is a lot of different levels of war. There is a hybrid war, there is actual war, and there is a political war. So and you and I are caught right in the middle, and we have to catch it all, and we have to tell it all. So that's us.
Eh, Absolutely. So first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming. Right now we have a little over 600, close to 700 people here. It's Monday. I know a lot of you are just getting back to work. There's a lot of things that they're about to break this week. For those of you that are new to the platform or just joining and haven't been following, or just joined now, are coming in late, I'm going to be posting this a video later on, so all of you could definitely get a chance to see it in full because there's a lot of important things that we're talking about that we're going to be we're making sure you keep your eye on the ball, folks. We'll follow the money, follow what's happening, what Trump is really doing these 10 days, 50 days. This is not about trying to save Ukraine. This is not about getting weapons. So it's about the manipulation and the tariff games that he's playing with India and China. It's about us still allowing, I mean, uh, we will be breaking some news in the next couple of days with what's happening with Witkoff in Russia, because Trump overstepped his boundaries with these nuclear subs. The rhetoric is one thing, but when you bring actual nuclear subs into the picture, you're putting in a very dangerous game. And even psychopaths like Putin understand that. And that's why he summoned Witkoff there, because rhetoric is one thing, but now Trump doesn't understand, and he's taking it a little far. A lot of you have been asking me about Dean Blundell. He's on vacation or traveling somewhere, so today we're going to postpone our show till I think sometime during the week when he gets back to make sure. But Dean is out. That's why. Also, for those of you, a lot of you are asking if you could continue donating. I want to just give you a quick update. We are not a 501c, so it's not like we have a charity that we're doing nonstop. These are programs that we're doing from our heart, that when Alex could literally do it, where we think we could do the most work together, we just put it together. There we will be doing more, so we will. Right now Alex is trying to put more packages together and get more aid to Kherson and to Kharkiv and other hard hit areas. So once he knows, and what we will be putting more fundraisers together. In the meantime, your donations have been incredible. We still are going to be this week passing out the aid that we that you guys have helped get. Also, in the meantime, for those who are asking how you could do more, contribute. You could contribute to Venmo at Lev Parnas. You could become paid subscribers. You could, definitely, I recommend you go pick up your book of Shadow Diplomacy. If you really, because a lot of the stuff that really is happening, when you read the book, you'll understand to yourself exactly the inside, because a lot of the players are the same. It's what we did, what he sent me to do. I was that Steve Witkoff in his first administration, and that he's doing now. So if you haven't got it yet, make sure. I know we've missed a several story times with Love because of all the breaking news. I promise we'll get caught up with them. So definitely, I see that there's a fake Lev Parnas that just joined us. By the way, I want to make sure to say that to everybody, because I've been getting a lot of messages that you're getting emails from some fake accounts asking you for money, or telling or sending you stories. Yes, please make sure that if you notice them, send it to me, notify Substack right away, because these are people from the right mega. It has infiltrated Substack, not just my account, but also my son's account and other accounts, and they're trying to disrupt. They're going on our chat rooms, telling people to stop subscribing, putting out false narratives, asking for money. So I ask you, be vigilant. This is part of the war we're dealing with. I wish there's something I could do about it, but there is not. We could only report them. My account is verified, and those of you who know my account, the others you'll see will have numbers behind it or letters or different. But there's only one Lev Remembers and Lev Parnas on this account. And if you could always, to make sure, always go in our chat room. We have a lot of followers, subscribers. You could ask if you're not sure. Put it in the chat. Go in the chat room and ask others, and others will jump in and let you know if that's a real account, and will help you. Because we can't, I can't do this myself. We're a community, we're a family. We all need to fight together. But this is part of the right infiltration. This is part of the way Mega is going to infiltrate and what they're doing, and part of what Russia's going to do with their bots and stuff like that. This is part of the disinformation campaign. This is why we're building our platform, and that's why we need to make this as big as possible to be able to stop and fight this disinformation and fight the war to save not only Ukraine from their sovereignty, but also our democracy, folks. So, for those of you that are already subscribers and paid subscribers, and those of you that contributed, God bless you. Thank you so much. For those of you that haven't yet, please consider subscribing, becoming paid subscribers. You could contribute directly to Venmo at Lev-Parnas. You could, and stay tuned. Once we do have our fundraisers, we will be putting them out there. And with your help, we will be helping the people of Ukraine. Alex, take us home, brother.
Well, it's summertime, and right now is the toughest time in this war because you have green. You have green everywhere. You have trees everywhere. And anybody can hide anywhere. And another 2 months, and then the war will change. Everything will change. But the next 2 3 months is going to be the toughest time, and we're going to be doing everything in our strength to help as many people as possible, because besides just people on the front lines, there are IDPs. That there are people that temporarily removed that could be living in the conditions 4 or 5 people to a room. So everybody needs help, and we will do everything we can. And people, wherever we go, people know about American support. People know about your support, and we don't just come from ourselves. I'm saying, people ask me where you come from. I said we are a platform, a voice from Ukraine. I said there is thousands of Americans. They're with you. You're not alone. They're helping you. They hear you. They see you. I said we let them know what you're going through, and you can watch how almost instantly people's expression changed, and people getting hope, and it's priceless.
And the one thing I just want to, and I hate to interrupt you, but I want to say, because on behalf of our family, Alex, not just Americans, we have Canadian, we have Europeans, we have people from Australia, uh, from all over the world.
The
All over
world,
the world, people are
world.
on this platform supporting. I know, we're used to thinking that this is an American platform, but I could tell you, the way Canada supports. We have a huge Canadian platform here that love and support Ukraine. Americans do. People from a big Spain and Australia, and I mean, I can't even tell you, from all over the world, Alex. So let them know that the world is with them, not just Americans. The
The
whole
world,
world is with them.
and I have a quick little story that stayed with me for years already. Uh, when I came to Avdiivka, which was not a single window in the town, no lights, no water, nothing. People live in the basements with the chimneys and all that stuff. And we delivered the aid, and this couple comes out, and she says, and I know they own the basement, so I said, go get your people. We brought some food packages. And she said, what do you need? You need what kind of paperwork? You need passports? What do you need to get it? I said, just you. I said, Just come and get it." And this older lady picks up her head and she screams. Like there are like three buildings around, all broken up. And she says, "People, we are matter. They came here for us. They care about us. Come on out." And I see from every broken apartment, head sticking out, and people came down to get it. So hope is priceless. Hope has no limits. And thanks to you, thanks to your support, you giving me hope, and I have a chance to give people hope. And God bless you all. God bless everybody that helps. We will prevail, and the democracy will prevail, and we will win. We will be free. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава, Alex, and I want to leave everybody off on those incredible words. Hope is what we have, guys. So let's stay with that. Let's make sure we give the people of Ukraine hope. We are here in America need our own help. Hope. We need hope all over the world right now because we are fighting a war all over the world. Every part of this world, somebody's fighting a war against this far right agenda that's being pushed by these what's it called, dictators and authoritarians. So hope is what we have and hope is what we're going to cling on to. So God bless each and every one of you. And thank you again, each and every one of you. And Slava Ukraini, Alex.
Geran Slava.
Take care, guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.